Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sunshiny faces, and this is the way to start a new day. Good morning, class. Let's do our counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which number is 6? Can you point to the 6? Is it a mockingbird or a magnolia? Mockingbird. Down to a loop, 6 rolls on a hoop. Let's stick it next to the 5. And let's go up the elevator to find out what day of the week it is. Ready? Here we go. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. May 6th. The year 2020. Awesome. And as I look out the window, all I see is blue skies again. What does that mean? When you don't see any white in the sky, there are no clouds. It's just blue skies, which means it's sunny, sunny, sunny. So let's do our song. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind the tree. These little children are asking you, please come out so we can play with you. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. And here is the devotion for May 6th. Always learning. And here is what it says in the Bible. The Lord Almighty is a wonderful teacher. Isaiah 28:29. It's amazing how much you can learn in just one day. Just today, you may have learned how to swim or write your name or button your shirt. And think of all the things God has shown you today. He's shown you how much He loves you by giving you a family. He's shown you how well He takes care of you by helping your parents buy you clothes and food. He's even shown you how much He wants you to have fun by giving you so many activities to enjoy. Imagine what He's got in store for you tomorrow. Here's the thing to repeat. Ready? I have lots of growing to do. Learning new things my whole life through. I have lots of growing to do. Learning new things my whole life through. And you know what I just remembered? Today is Miss Jenny's birthday. You know, the teacher that's the first classroom when we come into Grace? Remember her classroom? It was so fun with the little, it's almost like she made a couch. She made like little stools out of milk cartons. You remember her classroom? It's her birthday. Should we sing happy birthday to Miss Jenny? Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Jenny. Happy birthday to you. Yay! All right, so now I wanted to talk to you about something that is so important. The reason you need to know numbers. One of the reasons you need to know numbers is because there's something called time. Time always exists and it passes. So everything takes time to do. Like doing the calendar took us a couple minutes to do. And cooking dinner takes a certain amount of time. You got to cook the meat for so long so you can eat it. Sometimes we have to wait for we put the wash in the washing machine and there's a timer on the washing machine. So some places you can find numbers that tell time. One place that my kids look a lot at is on the microwave. On the microwave, there is a rectangle with numbers. And it might look like this. Okay, and then there's 2 dots. I can't do it looking at you. Let me write what you might see on the microwave. So you know what number these are. What number is this? Right, that's 1. And when you see, let me draw this better. I didn't do such a good job. Let me try again. When you see the 2 little dots, that shows you where it's like a dividing line almost between the hour and the minutes. So when you see those 2 dots, you say o'clock. What do you say? O'clock. So if you have a 1 in front of it, you're going to say 1 o'clock. Can you do that with me? 1 o'clock. So if mom says, hey, what's the time? You could go to the microwave and read the numbers. So this is what you would read. So if it just was the 1 with 2 zeros behind it, you could say 1 o'clock, but you're going to say 1, and what number is this? 05, 105, or 105. So you could go run, tell your mom 105, and what that would mean is it's 1 o'clock, 1:05, which means 5 minutes, this is the minute section, past 1. So if you know how to read your numbers, you could read the time on the microwave to your mom and she could tell you what time it is. So time is important because a lot of us use it to know when we're supposed to go do something next. Like nap time might be after lunch, and that might be at a certain time every day. Maybe you eat lunch at noon and you start taking a nap at 12:30 or 1. And so if you knew the number to look for on the clock, then you could help your mom and dad. You could go to the clock and be like, oh, look, Mom, it's 1 o'clock. That means it's nap time. I'm going to go lay down, and help her with the schedule. So we measure time in seconds. We do seconds and minutes and hours. You probably have heard that before. So a second, the way we can measure a second is by just counting. And when we count to 60, I know a lot of you can't count that far yet, but some of you can, that's a minute. 1 minute is equal to us counting to 60. So let's do it right now. Count as high as you can and then listen to the rest. And we will be timing on my watch. I measure time on my watch. Remember, we put a timer on my watch. And if you see it, there's little numbers, and I'm going to choose 1 minute. I'm going to click the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Do you hear that? When you count to 60, that is 1 minute. So if somebody tells you, just 1 minute, please, you could count quietly to 60, and that would be 1 minute, and then you could ask again. We also measure time in our room with, remember the sand timers? And we used this when we were having trouble sharing, remember? Or knowing when it was time to stop, when it was time to clean up. We could use this to measure time. Now this one is a fancy keychain that I found around the house. I left my sand timers at school, so I can't show you them, but you can buy them at the dollar store. They sell sand timers for $1 a piece, or you can get them out of board games. Sometimes board games have timers in them. sand timers, and use it if you need it. So if mom says, okay, you have 5 minutes to clean up, sometimes you could use the sand timer to watch the time pass, because when you turn over the sand, it moves, and time passes. So you can see time passing in a sand timer. This one's a really quick one. Let's see how fast this one is. Let's time it by counting. Ready? I'm gonna turn it over. Get ready to count as soon as I turn it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a 5-second timer. This is a really small amount of sand. The ones inside our classroom have sorry about that. My camera just fell. The ones in my classroom have about 3 to 5 minutes in the sand timers. I haven't really timed it, but it's about 3 minutes, I think. You could time it. So if you have a sand timer, when you flip it over, start counting and see how long it takes you, what number you get to, how long it takes, because time passes and we can measure it by counting, and numbers help us tell the time. If you look at my watch, let's see if I could show you the time. If you look at my watch, there's my daughter on my watch, but it says 10:11. And that's the time it is right now. And I'm a little bit behind today with videotaping because I already videotaped this once and I made a few mistakes, so I had to try it again. So I'm a little behind. So hopefully you'll get this in time to watch it today. But watches, like this watch shows me with just numbers. And so if you saw your mommy's watch that looks like that, you could tell the time because you know what numbers look like. And that's why it's important to learn numbers. So you can, one of the reasons, so you can tell time. So if mom says, I wonder what time it is, you could run to the microwave, check the numbers, and come back and tell her the numbers. And then that would help her tell the time. If she's not sitting by the microwave or standing by it, you can help mom out. So measure some time with either sand timers or counting or looking at the microwave. There's also clocks that have hands, and that's a little bit more advanced, but when the hands point to certain numbers, it tells the time too. And mom and dad could show you that as well. It's fun to talk about time, isn't it? So try to measure time in different ways. And the next thing I wanted to do is, before I move on, if there's ever like a storm and you see flashes of lightning, you could count between the flash and the noise to see how far away the storm is. So if the light and the noise happen right at the same time, that means the storm's right over where you are. But each time you count, you can find out how far away it is, and there's a trick for doing that. And now that I'm doing this video, I've totally forgot the way to figure that out. But if you count between the flashes and the noise, if there's time between that means if there's a lot of numbers between the light and the noise, that means it's further away. If it's together, if you hear the noise and you see the light, that means it's right near you. So that's a fun thing to do as a Floridian. So you know if it's going away or if it's over you right now. And we used to always time it when we were trying to figure out when we could go back in the pool. Because if the numbers got long, if it got longer, if we counted more numbers between the flash and the noise, then we knew the storm was going away and we're going to be back in the pool soon. So that was something fun in Florida that we did. So today I also wanted to show you that I'm setting up an experiment. And we will check on it on Friday. But here is what I have. You guys could do this at home too if mom and dad get some celery. And if you look, I cut it kind of like our M, the inside of our M's is on a diagonal, remember, it's straight line down, in and out. It's on a slant. Do you see the slant that I cut? Oh boy. I cut the celery sticks on a slant. And the reason I want to do this is because a celery stick, we can eat it, but it's also a stem. The part of a plant that a celery is a stem, and these are the leaves. So sometimes you can find celery with leaves, and that's the ones I'm using today. I bought celery that had some leaves, and I put each stalk in some water. And part of the reason I had to start the video over was because I thought I had food coloring, but my daughter must have been using it for cookies, and I'm all out. So I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because I wanna show you. The only thing that had food coloring left was the yellow. So this celery stalk is in yellow, and we will see what happens with that. But I found an Easter dyeing kit. So you either can use food coloring or like these little color tablets. And I'm gonna put blue here and red here. I think I have red, yep, red and blue. And we will check Friday to see what happens. Right now, I want you to take a good look. What color is the leaves? Green. And that's what a celery stick looks like. So we'll see what it looks like on Friday if it changes because we've put it in color water. Stems have something inside of them. They have a job to do, and you're gonna get to see that on Friday, hopefully through our experiment. So we'll check that on Friday. And now, let's do our movement activity with Hootie. And I have our wonderful CD, Kids in Motion. Really old CD that my kids used in their preschool. Thank you, Miss Moon, for showing that to us. And I've loved it ever since, and I use it in my classroom. So let's go ahead, and Hootie's gonna do show me what you feel. And I thought, oh no, he can't change his facial expressions. How is he gonna show us how he feels? But our bodies can show how we're feeling, even if our faces don't show how we're feeling. Our bodies can demonstrate how we're feeling. So we're gonna see how Hootie will show you how he feels with his body, because his face doesn't really change. All right, let's turn that on. Remember this song? Show me how you move when you're feeling happy. Come on and show me how you move when you're feeling shy. Shy. When you're shy, you put your head down, maybe? Show me how you move when you're feeling mad. Show me. Come on and show me how you move when you're feeling tired. Show you rub your eyes. Lay your head down. Show me how you move when you feel like dancing around. Remember, we would turn around. Are you turning around? Show me how you move when you feel like dancing around. Yeah. Show me how you move when you're feeling sad. Show me. Now show me how you move when you feel excited. Show me. Whoa, Hootie, you're so excited. Show me how you move when you're feeling strong. Show me. Oh, he's pulling his muscles up. Come on and show me how you move when you feel afraid. Show me, yeah. Show me how you move when you feel like dancing around. Yeah. Show me how you move when you feel like dancing around. Yeah. Show me how you move when you feel surprised. Show me. Come on and show me how you move when you're feeling hungry. Show me. Now show me how you move when you're feeling silly. Show me. Oh boy. Come on and show me how you move when somebody loves you. Show me, think we're done. Good job showing your feelings. Good job, Hootie. You were able to do that even though your face doesn't change. That's amazing. We could figure out how you're feeling. So have a wonderful day, guys.